Yeah, I wanted to show you guys a slightly different method than what you saw in the video that I've kind of discovered over the last year or so teaching this that I thought might be helpful as well. And okay, instead of going to each one of these and matching it from here to here, start down here and go up here. So here's what I suggest you do. First of all, let's discuss the difference between population and sample, okay? Basically, well, let's read the problem first. A bank manager is interested in the average length of time customers are willing to wait in line before they give up and leave the bank. Okay, um, so they want to do this. Obviously, do they want more tellers? Do they want more anything? They want less. Maybe it's not as bad as you think. So they're trying to make some decisions based on, um, how long people wait until they just get disgusted and leave. Okay, what that average time is. Okay, and remember, average is you take up the data. So in other words, if I were to do what would be the average test score in a class, would take all those test scores divided by the number of people. If there's 10 students in the class, I would take 10 test scores, add them up, divide by 10, and that's my average score. That's what an average is. Take the total divided by the number of pieces you have. Okay, so so the difference between population and sample is the population. I am interested in the population, but I can't possibly get this information from every single person that comes in a bank, right? It's just not worth it. It's not feasible. It's not cost efficient to do that. So what do? We take samples. But what I am interested in overall, I'm going to use my sample. I am interested in the population. I am interested in all of the bank's customers. That's the population, all of the bank's customers. Okay. We're just talking about people. We're not talking about any kind of length, anything to do with the actual study. We're just talking about what is the population, all the bank's customers, what is the sample? The customers, the 25, so they decided to do a sample of 25, obviously, and the 25 customers that the manager observed to leave. Okay. So that is our sample that we're going to base our tally on. So at the end of the day, when we find out this average length of time that customers are willing to wait before they leave, we take those 25 times, add them up, and divide by 25, and we get our information. Okay, so that's what they're interested in. But really, we're interested in the population, even though we can't get that. All we're interested in all the bank's customers, but we're going to try to figure it out by getting a sample of 25 customers that the manager observed. All right, let's switch colors. Okay, so we can kind of keep this organized. The next thing you want to do is evaluate statistic versus parameter. Okay, so we've done population and sample, then do statistic and parameter. Statistic and parameter, they both start out exactly the same wording. What wording is that? Whatever they're trying to find. I'm trying to find the average length of time. Okay. Both statistic and parameter will start with the average length of time in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not the exact wording, but some way, shape, or form. The average length of time, the average length of time. Okay. So parameter and statistic start with whatever this wording is, the average length of time. In this case, they're exact. Okay. All right. Now, which one is parameter? Which one is statistic? Ironically, P is the first letter in parameter, and P is also the first letter in population. So whichever one of these two refers to the population, doesn't say the word population, but all the customers, that refers to the population. Okay, that is our parameter. So that would be F. Okay, the average length of time, the average length of time. Now, ironically, as well, sample begins with an S, and so does statistic. So that average length of time that the 25 customers wait, that is refers to the sample right here. So that would be the statistic. All right. So in recap, so then basically we do population and sample first. Population is all the bank's customers. Sample is the 25. Nothing to do with average length, nothing to do with time, nothing to do with anything. Just hey, here's all the bank's customers. Here's 25 of them. Population sample. Now, what are they looking for? And average length of time. Both statistic and parameter will start with average length of time. Okay. And these are the two that start the same way. These two always start the same way. Parameter and statistic always start the exact same, or really similar wording. The S statistic refers to the sample. The P parameter refers to the population, okay? Now, let's do variable. Let's do variable next, actually. Change colors again. Let's do variable next, okay? All right. I should have just erased that. Okay, it doesn't matter. So the variable is what are we, when those clients walk in the door, what are we recording? We're recording the time, right? That's what we have to do. In order to get this or achieve our end goal, average length of time, we need to know all these times. So what are we recording? In this case, we're recording the time that a customer comes in and waits before he or she leaves. So that whatever we're recording, the length of time a customer waits before leaving the bank, that is the variable because that is what we have to record. So person one, 8 minutes, person two, 12 minutes, person three, 15 minutes, person 24, 24 minutes, person 25, 6 minutes, right? Okay, that's what we recorded. Okay, that's what we're recording. Whatever we need to record is the variable. And last but not least, we'll do one more color change here. Last but not least is the data. Whenever 95% of the time, and there are a couple exceptions, but it's still not hard to figure out if you're in that 5%. 95% of the time, that list of all the data I recorded. I'm sitting there with a pencil and paper. 8 minutes, I record it. 6 minutes, I record it. 10 minutes, I record it. 24 minutes, I record it. Then at the end of the 25, I have this list of all these times. That is the data. Data refers to that list of all the times. So again, start down here. Do population and sample first. Population, all the bank's customers, sample 25 customers, okay? Then look at what they're looking for. Those two things with the exact same wording that they're looking for are the parameter and statistic. Parameter refers to right here before all the customers. Sample refers to the 25 customers, the sample. Then the variable is, hey, what am I writing down when these people come in the door or when they leave, actually, I guess I should say. In this case, I am recording that length of time. That's the variable. And when I compile all this data after the 25 customers have been recorded, I put it in a list, and that is the data. I hope this helps.